Hello students, welcome back to TARGETNEETJEE. This is our second lecture for revision series. In this lecture, we will discuss the part 1 of mineral nutrition. Let's start with the basic introduction. The basic need of all living organisms are essentially the same. They require macromolecules such as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, water and mineral for their growth and development. This chapter focuses mainly on inorganic plant nutrition, wherein you will study the methods to identify elements essential to growth and development of plants and criteria for establishing the essentiality. Now see what we will study. We will study methods to identify elements essential for growth and development of plants. Criteria for establishing the essentiality. Role of essential elements. Major deficiency symptoms. Mechanism of absorption of essential elements. Brief account of significance and mechanism of biological nitrogen fixation. Now see methods to study the mineral requirement of plants. Let's see the hydroponics, which is also called as soil-less culture. This technique was discovered by German botanist Julius von Sachs in 1860. He discovered that plants could be grown to maturity in a defined nutrient solution in complete absence of soil. This technique of growing plants in a nutrient solution is known as hydroponics. These methods involves culture of plants in a soil-free defined mineral solution. These methods require purified water and mineral nutrient salts. By this method, essential elements were identified and their deficiency symptoms discovered. Hydroponics successfully employed as a technique for the commercial production of vegetables such as tomato, seedless cucumber, and lettuce. This emphasized that the nutrient solutions must be adequately aerated to obtain the optimum growth. Now here is the diagram of hydroponics technique, which is given in your textbook of biology class 11. Now focus on essential mineral nutrients. Most of the minerals present in soil enters through roots in plants. More than 60 elements of the 105 discovered so far are found in different plants. Some plant species accumulate selenium, some others gold-like in aquisitum plants. Some plant growing near nuclear test sites take up radioactive strontium. There are techniques that are able to detect the minerals even at a very low concentrations. Now see the criteria for essentiality. The elements must be absolutely necessary for supporting normal growth and reproduction. In the absence of the element, the plant do not complete their life cycle or set the seeds. The requirements of the element must be specific and not replaceable by another element. The elements must be directly involved in metabolism of plants. Now see the classification of elements on the basis of function. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen are placed as structural or framework elements. Potassium and chloride are classified as altering osmotic concentration of cell. Phosphorus and magnesium are component of energy-rich compounds such as up and chlorophyll. Some elements act as cofactors which regulates enzymatic activity, like iron for catalase, molybdenum for nitrogenase and magnesium for rubisco and peptase. Zinc acts as activator for alcohol dehydrogenase. Now see the classification on the basis of amount. There are total 17 elements, in which 9 elements are macronutrients or major elements and 8 are micro or minor elements. Macronutrients are generally present in large amounts, in excess of 10 mole of dry matter, like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, potassium, phosphorus, magnesium and calcium. Micronutrients are needed in very small amount, less than 10 mole of dry matter, like nickel, boron, chlorine, molybdenum, manganese, zinc, copper and iron. Microelements are also called as trace elements. Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium are critical elements. Now let's look what is meaning of critical concentration. Concentration of minerals in soil below which plants shows deficiency symptoms or its growth retarded is called as critical concentration. If concentration of mineral is above critical concentration, then it shows toxicity, and if concentration is less than the critical concentration, then it shows deficiency symptoms. Now on the basis of mobility, we have mobile elements and ammobile elements. In mobile elements, redistribution is possible. Generally, redistribution occurs from old part to young part. For example, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur and magnesium. In a mobile elements, mobility is absent and redistribution is not possible. These elements generally shows the deficiency symptoms majorly. For example, calcium. What about sulfur? Sulfur is considered as partially mobile element. Do you know what are beneficial elements? Sodium, silicon, cobalt and selenium are beneficial elements. Now we have created the most important chart for elements. This chart covers all the important points which is specially created by TARGETNEETJEE. Now let's look some deficiency symptoms. There are total 5 deficiency symptoms given here such as chlorosis, necrosis, inhibition of cell division, delay in flowering and dieback disease. Just revise all theory through these points. Let's discuss about toxicity of micronutrients. Increase amount of micronutrients above critical concentration causes toxicity. The excess concentration reduce dry weight up to 10%. For example, manganese toxicity. Due to this toxicity, specific symptoms like brown spots on leaves, inhibition of calcium translocation, competes with iron and magnesium for uptake and with magnesium for binding with enzymes. Thanks for watching this lecture. Join official Telegram channel TARGETNEETJEE now. Visit our official website and check the highlighted textbook series which is already uploaded on channel. For complete handwritten notes, check playlist of channel. Click on subscribe button and press the bell icon for new updates. Thank you. Best of luck by TARGETNEETJEE.